everybody, Legion here with Gaming Lifestyle. Today we're going to be doing a Twitter banner. A guy asked me yesterday or the day before to would I help him out and do a little graphics for him. So this is actually a finished project. He gave me the logo and told me the colors and told me things he liked, Destiny, Dishonored, stuff like that, and everything like that. So I put it together and sent it out to him. So we're gonna show you how it's done. It's real simple and anybody can do it. So first off, what you want to do is you want to go File, New, and I already have mine open. I ever have a template already set up, so if you wanted to, you'd just put in the numbers and hit Save Preset. So what it is the width on the Twitter banner is 1500, the height is 500, set resolution to 72, and your background is fine to be white. Again, if you want to save this for later, just hit Save Preset and then give it a name. And like I did, Twitter banner, that way it's there constant if you make a lot of them. So click OK and it comes out like this. You need a couple pictures, so definitely want to do some Google searches. I've already found all my pictures, so I don't need them. Let me open up one of them to show you. Here's a Destiny wallpaper with a Titan. What you're looking for is you're looking for black and white pictures. If you don't find black and white pictures, it's easy to make them black and white here. So you're going to need at least 2 pictures, decent little pictures, maybe a landscape, something like that. A third one I used as a honeycomb, but you can use whatever you need to. But let's say you get a colored picture. So this is good because I want the main focus on one of my pictures to be in the right and the other one to be in the top left. So this is actually good because I'm going to use this head here. But again, it's in color, so if we go over here to the adjustments layer on the right, there's a tab for black and white. Just click the black and white, and you'll see it actually switches everything black and white. You can make more adjustments here if you need to, but currently, I mean, this is fine for me. I'm okay with that. So once that's done, you can see it's actually highlighted a new layer here. So we want to hold down Control and click the background. Once those are both highlighted, you want to right-click, and we want to merge these layers. It makes them one layer, so it's just easier to move later on. Actually, what we're going to do. Go up here on the top left and select your move tool, left click and hold on the picture, and let's drag it over to our new page that we opened. So and here it is, it brings it in black and white, perfect, just what we want. Like I said, I want to get it down here somewhere because I know I'm going to put a stroke across the middle here. Right now it's going to leave us a little edge here, but we'll fix that later. So what we want to do is we're going to go File, Open, and open up our other picture, which I'm going to use this Destiny one here. It's got a moon in it. So here's our Destiny one. I've already actually black and white in this one, so it's really, again, select your move tool, left click and hold, and drag the picture over here. And there it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually use that. So, okay, so now we got that. Let's take a look at, since this isn't the right size, we need to fix it. So you want to hit Control and T. This is going to bring up a transform, so we can actually make this a little bigger. And I think right about there would probably be good. You get most of the picture of the person. So, and if you hit enter, that stops your transform, and it looks like we're good. So we want to go to the bottom right, hit a new layer, and let's go to your pen tool, and we're going to do a stroke path here. So left click once here to put a dot. Come up here to the top right hand corner, a dot again. Now what we're going to do is we want to line these in. We want to have these on the corners, and this, you can see the bottom one's not on the corner. So if you hold down Control and left click and hold, you can actually move this wherever you want. So we want to move this as precise as we can. Looks good. This one may be a tad over, and we're looking good there. So go onto the picture, right click, and let's hit stroke path. Make sure it says brush, and we're going to put a white stroke path there. So that's perfect. That's just what we want. Click another layer, hit delete to get rid of those points. And let's rename this while we can. Let's name it stroke path. Enter. Let's name this. This is our Titan down here. So let's name this Titan. And this is our moon over here. So let's double click and name this moon. Okay, so we got those things set up. Our stroke path looks good. Let's hide this and bring out our moon. Let's see where our moon, we're going to put the stroke path above the moon so actually we can see what we're looking at. My bad. So what we want to do is hit the move tool because we want to be able to adjust the moon here. So make sure you're on the moon layer, and we can obviously use the moon, or we can actually shrink it down to use this base. So let's do a Control T to shrink this down some and drag from a corner. And we can actually probably, not gonna be able to get much of that base in the picture. I mean, we could if we went that way, but we're not gonna flip the picture. We just want to use the moon. Make sure you're covered on the outside four corners, and it looks pretty good to me. And hit your enter to go to your transform. Let's click on our Titan layer again and turn it on so we can see our Titan layer. Okay, so drag our Titan layer above the moon. And what we're going to do is we want to cut this out right here. So we're going to go back to our pen tool again. And select, anywhere out here, just around the shape. And let's go like that. So now we actually, all the way around that shape we don't want. Right click, make a selection. Feather radius is 0, hit OK. Now you see it's actually blinking, so now we hit the delete button, and it deletes our sections so they actually both bleed through. We're done with this, so we want to hit Control D. This gets rid of our selection. Go back to our move tool again. And let's see here. So that's actually right where we want it. Pretty good there. Okay, so now we're done with both these wallpapers. We can get rid of these wallpapers up here. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we want to open up our, I have a honeycomb. I picked up a honeycomb. I like the honeycomb look. It looks pretty good. So let's open that up. Big honeycomb. Again, with your main picture being 1500 by 500, make sure you're getting at least 1920 by 1080 or somewhere around there. It's just got to be enough to cover. Make sure your move tool selected, left click and hold, and drag this picture on here. Drop it, boom. Okay, and obviously it doesn't cover all the way, so we're going to hit Control T, and we're going to make it fit. And look at that, makes it fit perfect, good enough. Right now, let's lower our opacity down to 50%. Actually, let's go a little far. Let's go down to 20. Let's go 20. Still really out there a lot. You can still see it a lot, but we're good with that for right now. Well, we're done with this transform, so hit enter again. So what we want to do is his colors were red and blue, I believe. So let's go and add a new layer. Find your brush tool. Let's raise up our brush. 467 instead of mine. You can do 400, 450, anywhere around there. Actually, let's just make it easy for y'all. Go 400. Perfect. We want to switch out our colors. I want a red color down here for him. Red's a 25500, so once you look close, go to RGB right here, 255, tab 0, tab 0. That's a pure red color. Go up here and click OK. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a nice little feathered red here. So what we want to do is actually hold shift so we get a straight line, and left click and hold and drag it across. And you might be saying, hey, that's a little bright. Well, let's adjust our opacity. We can probably do around, let's go 25. And obviously you can type in here if you wanted to. Go back and get your move tool. And overall that looks pretty good. No problems there. The red brings out the little, the black and white. We need to change our, actually let's rename this to honeycomb so we know what this is for later. And let's rename this to red. So our honeycomb is actually shining through a little bit. So let's try to lower this down a little. Actually, let's go even 10. Seems a little lighter, not too bad. Gives us a little background gray because it actually fades out here, fades out here. Really nice. Here's our red. We're done with the honeycomb. Get rid of the honeycomb. Clean up our little mess here. Right now, basically what we're looking at is just our logo and stuff here. But the thing with this is the middle line here looks a little funky to me. So let's go and let's see if we can add a nice stroke to it. Give it a little cleaner look. And let's put this up to 5 just to see how big that gets. We don't want that. We want a 2. And I'm noticing something about this, so we want to add a drop shadow to it. Drop shadow is really easy. Use 90 degrees, a 10 and a 20. 10, 0, 20. Just adjust where it looks like right here. It's usually what I use. On the stroke, I'm using a 2 on the outside. You can use an inside, but outside at this point looks a little better. We want a straight low black fill for it. You can actually see what it looks like in the preview here to the right. Looks nice. And I want to see if I can adjust this. Yeah, because I was just looking at it. It was like way over here. It was like off. So let's fix this. Make sure this is accurate. And you can see I'm using the Photoshop CC. So it actually has these new grids and borders, which are really good. It actually tells you exactly where the middle is, even if you don't have the rulers or guides up. So it's really cool. Really helps out a lot. So I just want to make sure these are accurate on the sides. So we're good there. We can minimize the FX. And let's open up his logo. So let's open up his logo. And we're going to go over here. And he's got a lot of background stuff on here. So what we want to do is we want the selection tool. So what I'm doing is I'm right clicking on the 4th item down, and we're going to click the magic wand. So what I want to do is I'm going to get rid of all this back stuff. So click anywhere in here, and it's going to pick up anything usually within that color range. So hold down, it didn't get this because it's got a reddish tinsel, but hold down shift, left click again. It's going to clean up all that. It has a few right here, which is no big deal for me. I'll get that in a minute. Make sure you go to your layer and turn off the lock. So now we got all this selected as best as we can. We want to hit the delete key, and actually you see it deletes everything out. So go back over here. We're going to take our rectangle tool, our selection rectangle tool, and oops, my bad. And excuse me, excuse me. Hit Control D to stop that, and let's draw a rectangle over those two, and just hit delete, and they should be gone. Hit Control D again to eliminate your selection. So we want to get rid of this. We don't want that on his. We just want the logo. So again, click and drag, delete, hit Control D to unselect it, and we're pretty good. The colors different. He has a pinkish on it. This isn't a true red, but we're okay with that for right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to left click and drag and bring it back over here to this, the main picture, let go, and it's here it is. It's way too big for this picture, so we're going to adjust it. But first, we're going to try to fix the color on this. The color's not looking right, the right color. It's not looking what I want. It's more of a pinkish than a red. So go to the 6th tool down. It's going to be your eyedropper, and we'll actually see what this is. This is actually and you look down here at bottom left hand corner, you'll see it's actually a pink. So we want to change that. We want to go grab our magic wand again. We want to select this pink, and it should just select all the pink. And we want to change the color. So go to the top right for your colors. Click this box again. Go to your RGB. Let's put in 255 tab 0 tab 0. Give us a pure red. Click OK. And we're going to right click on it. Make sure it's got enough in there. Okay. And let's go to edit and fill, or shift 5, and tell it to take the red from the foreground color. And it changed to a solid red. So now we're done with that. So hit Control D to deselect it. Go back to your move tool. And so far so good. My only issue at this point, it looks a little big, and you can see our middle lines popping up here. So let's go Control T, and let's shrink this bad boy down a little. So try to always come from a corner to keep it evenly, and that looks about the right size. So we're done. So hit Enter, and we already have our move tool ready. So we're gonna move down here, and it's about even. So we're good for that. Let me see over here. Here he wanted his pink, so we kept his pink. He said blue and red, but I asked him later in the conversation. He said, "Oh, it's fine." So okay. So anyway, so that looks good so far. The blue's a little. It's not like a bright blue, but whatever. Okay, it's good enough. So let's go in here. Let's go select your text tool, and we're gonna type in TEAMEMMSIE. Weird name, but whatever. Let's see. Let's zoom in a little and see y'all can see this a little better. So the way he has it is the TE and the EM are all big. So we're going to correspond the red with the blue on this side and the blue and the red here. So we're going to highlight the E and M, and we're going to get our color picker. It puts our blue up here. So now let's highlight our text again. And we want to change this to red. So our text tool, we want this one to be red. 25500, bam, bright red. Okay, we want these to be just a standard white. Hey, stop that. So we're gonna go up here and get the white in the corner, which should be 255 all the way down. Bam, and get these last ones here for our white, and RGB it. Bam, white. And so far so good. It is actually very, very small. So let's go back to our text tool, and you can tell when you're on the text, it'll actually, this is off the text, it'll have that square around. On the text, it'll have no squares, so you can actually highlight it. If you do it off, it'll actually create a whole new layer. To make this easy, we want to make this a little bigger, so hold down your control button and left click, and let's move this where we need to. Let's get there. Okay, so go up to your size up here at the top, hold down the control and left click, and let's drag this. That's about good. So hold down control and left click, and let's, is that gonna be where we want it? That looks good. Okay, and then hit enter, because we are, my bad, don't hit enter. Seriously. Oh no. Okay. Let's go cancel. Don't hit enter. There's a button at the top you gotta hit. I've done it like 6,000 times today, just hitting the wrong button. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. So that looks good. And if you see at the top, you see a little check mark. So just hit the check mark. It'll save you so much time. Because I'm a retard. So this looks good. It's non-readable to me, so let's change this up. I want to make this, let's see, what do we have on his? Do we have the same thing? And yeah, we had the LS on there too. Okay, so we're going to change this to an LS, which is a really nice, easy reading font. And we want to make this, let's add a drop shadow and a stroke. Make it a little more readable. There's your stroke. And let's put a drop shadow on there. And again, this stroke is basically my standard 2 from the outside. Gives a nice thicker black, but not too thick, drop shadow. using multiple with a 90-degree down angle, 10, 0, 20, the same I used before on my other stuff over here. It just gives it a nice clean look to it, as you can see right here. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay, let's put our view back and go Control 0 and move our screen back so we can see. Looks good, everything looks clean, looks nice. We don't need this image anymore, so we can get rid of that. And we're gonna open up, we're gonna do our social icons right now. It took me a little bit to find these little icons. It was actually a pain in the ass. I was trying to find a silverish type one, but I could find like these three, but not this one. Or on another one, I could find these two, but not these two. It's just such a pain. So once you get them, collect them, hold on to them. So let's open these ones up. And let's start. Let's go back to where we were. So the first one's going to be our, let's go with our, even though it says Tumblr, we couldn't find a Twitch one, which is the quotation mark, so we actually used this. So let's start with a Twitter. Everybody knows Twitter. We're just going to do two of these. So left click and drag and bring it over here. It's obviously way too big. So we're going to Control T, and we're going to again grab from an angle and bring it in. Let's shrink this. That's about right. Let's see if we can move it down just a hair. So we're done with our transform. Hit enter. Now let's figure out where we want this. I'm going to use a guide just to make sure. Okay, so this is around 2. So let's go about 1 1/4. It's actually right where it is, which is pretty nice. We're actually just going to do 2 of these though. Make this easy and simple. You can add as many as you want. So let's do a Twitter one. Let's rename this over here to Twitter. And we're not going to do the Tumblr one. We're not going to do Instagram, but we are going to do the Snapchat. So left click and hold, bring Snapchat over here, drag it. And again, we want to do Control T because it's way too big. We're going to try to get it around that same size as that one. Looks about the same size. Hit enter. Pretty good. And actually, it actually is the same size. You can see by the actual lines. That's why I like CC. It actually helps so much. It's so helpful. Okay, we're going to name this over here Snapchat. And let's make some text. So obviously everybody knows this is Twitter, so let's just do the name, which this isn't the right name, but we're going to make this just for shits and giggles. Okay, it looks good. The colors are crap. We actually want to do a white. So let's go 255, tab 255, tab 255. And we're going to actually move it. Go to your move tool. This will actually line this up right in the middle for us, so which is really nice. And you can see I can't spell today, so we need to hit our text tool, erase one of these. And this is wrong down here because there's 4 M's, but this is just a demonstration, so we're not going to worry about that. And let's actually make this just like their logo. The only thing I don't like about this text, especially on here, is actually it is sort of hard to read here. All right, we're actually going to change this. Let's go with this. I want this to be really readable. I want this to be easy to read. So I just want common characters, team, EM. Right there. Now, to you and me, it looks wrong, but they actually have I think they have 4 M's in there. But this looks cleaner. It's a lot easier to read. Don't go too ecstatic on making crap way harder than it is. I mean, you want people to be able to read your stuff. So if they can't read it, how can they find you? So let's go in here, let's add another stroke to it, which will highlight it a little. Let's add the drop shadow. As you see, I add a lot of that stuff. It just gives that little extra oomph. And good. And the only thing I don't like is the colors, the white. So we're going to come back and actually we're going to fix that white. Is this the Twitter? Yeah. We're actually going to get rid of this Twitter, because this Twitter looks like crap. So let's get rid of this Twitter. We're going to bring back in the other Twitter. We're going to bring back in another one. It just doesn't look even. It just didn't. Okay, so Control T, and let's hold Shift and angle it, and let's bring it down till we're even here. It should be even there, and it is again, and it looks a little clean. It looks a little rounder than what it did. Okay, so hit your check mark at the top or enter. Maybe it's just my eyes. What the hell I know. Rename this so we know what this is. Twitter. And let's add some more text here. Let's add our next text, which is going to be same thing. Which to make it easy, let's do this. Since we know the name's going to be the same, we're just gonna copy the layer. So we want to go find this, which is right here, highlight it, right click. We were going to, not the layer style, we want to just copy a layer. Really? Duplicate layer. It makes it. And so now hit your move tool, hold shift, left click, and this will keep it on the same. It won't actually go up and down, which is really nice. And actually it will line it right up. You see that actually one's 0.236, the other one's 0.236. Let go. Perfect dimensions side by side. Looks nice, looks clean. I don't like the colors. Should I make this one red, this one blue, or do it just like theirs? Let's do this. Let's change this one to red, since we're going for a red scheme on one side. 255 tab, oops, 0, 0, okay, that's good. Let's fix this one. And the problem's going to be with this one is that there, we want to cherry pick this blue. We want the same exact blue, so it picks it. You can always write these numbers down here, the RGB numbers for later. But we know it worked. It changed the color up here. Click the check box. Not look a little more better. I mean, it looks, keeps in with the color scheme. Again, it's a very simple graphic. Couple pictures in the back, stroke path, logo. Theirs was a little more detailed. We added, I think, 4 social medias total, and it's pretty good. I obviously would have had the YouTube stuff on there, but he didn't have any YouTube. But I mean, for 15-20 minutes or so, I mean, it's really easy to make, and you can obviously make these in-depth or as custom as you want. Actually, I'm seeing something right here. Let's see if we can fix this. I'm just pushing all these FXs in the way, so they're out of the way. I'm looking for, let's go to the moon right here, the moon layer, which we actually, what it was I was seeing, if you noticed right here, you can actually see the moon right here. It's really faint, but somewhere in there, as I was messing with it, I actually moved it. But that way, actually, it's clean. You don't see it. But again, that's it. It's really easy, really basic. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll be making some more soon. I have another one I'm gonna do. I'll make some 3D text. I have another one. I'm gonna try to put an island inside a bottle. I have another one for a light bulb with some. I was looking at for one of the training tests. It's putting fish inside of a light bulb. So I'll probably do that one next. That one looks pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions, leave a comment below and hit that like button and subscribe for more. Have a good day. Legion, I'm out.